What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another predicted lineup, another big game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tomorrow night as we welcome Southampton for a 7:45 kickoff in the Premier League. Antonio Conte has done his press conference. There is some team news to talk about, so let's get straight into it.
Yes, the three players who are missing from the last game against Brighton continue to be absent for this game. Ollie Skip picked up a groin injury during the winter break, and Conte said he should be missing for no longer than 10 days maximum from this injury, hopefully back a bit sooner. Eric Dyer is still suffering from a slight muscular injury, which kept him out of the Chelsea game. But Conte is adamant that it's only a minor issue and hopefully he'll be back very, very soon. But he didn't give a time frame on Japhet Tanganga. So those three remain out.
Yeah, and he was also talking about how important both Skippy and Dyer are to the team and to Tottenham Hotspur. So the quicker they get back, obviously, the better. But for the predicted lineup, we're going to go for a 3-4-3 formation. In goal, obviously, going to be number one, Hugo Lloris.
Yeah, of course, captain, and he has to start.
Yeah, it's always the most difficult one to explain
Yeah.
because it's just such a given. But anyway, Lloris in goal, right wing back, we're going to go for Emerson Royale.
Yeah, it's interesting, this one. We've gone for Emerson, but in this kind of game, I wouldn't even be surprised if Doherty plays, because if we're going to have a lot of the ball, you might fancy Doherty more on the right wing or right wing back because he's more better offensively than Emerson. But Emerson did have a good game, so.
And we did see quite a bit of the ball as well in that game.
Yeah, so whether Conte wants to keep up his confidence, he's been talking Emerson up quite a bit. So we've kept Emerson in the team.
Yeah, so Emerson right wing back, first of the centre back for positions. On the right hand side, we're going to go for Davinson Sanchez, another player who Conte has been talking up.
Yeah, and it was interesting what he was saying about Davinson Sanchez in his press conference. He said Sanchez has a lot of space for improvement. He's good physically, he's fast, and he's good technically. He has the right characteristics to become a top defender, but he needs to be focused from start to the end. This is the gap to him becoming a top defender. And that's very similar stuff to what we've always been saying about Sanchez, about his constant concentration issues that he's had. They've always let him down throughout his career or since coming to Tottenham. But he definitely has been improving of late, especially since, definitely since the start of the season, especially since Conte's come in. I think he's been pretty solid. So, yeah, I think him on the right-hand side as well. He has that pace, so against a Southampton attack, which are very, very pacey, so he could be valuable in this kind of game.
Yeah, and also what I've been noticing about Sanchez is that we've always said he just doesn't look comfortable on the ball. And in the last couple of games, he really has started to look comfortable on the ball, foraging forward a bit as well, and looking quite good at what he's doing. So keep doing what you're doing, Sanchez, because definitely improving game on game, that's for sure.
He's still like not even that 24, is he? So
yeah.
Decent age still.
Definitely, and 45 million we paid for him. If he can get to grips with the way Conte wants to play, then we've got a proper defender on our hands. We really do. So Sanchez on the right. In the middle, we're going to continue with Cuti Romero.
And Conte was saying that Romero is like a new signing. Since he's come back, the quote is, he's an important player for me. He's like a new signing because he only played 3 games and only 1 in the league. He's an important player for me and the team. He is strong. He anticipates things. He has a good personality with the ball. He has good experience and I like him, but he has a lot of space for improvement. Wow. So high praise for Cuti Romero from Antonio Conte. And obviously he came back with a barnstorming performance against Brighton, so he definitely keeps his place for this game.
How good can this Christian Romero be?
Yeah, I mean, look, he got Serie A defender in the year last year, so clearly highly rated in Italy. And if he continues on this trajectory, they love him in Argentina as well. They wax lyrical about him ever since he broke into the national team. And obviously since then they've won the Copa America and they've done really well in the qualifiers. So Romero, clearly, everyone loves him at the moment.
How the hell did we get him as a Conference League team?
I don't know, but Paratici probably.
Well, yeah, it bodes well. I mean, even if we don't get into the Champions League this year, then if we can attract that sort of quality of calibre to the club, then obviously it's good signs. But anyway, Romero in the middle, Sanchez on the right. On the left, obviously, is going to be Ben Davies.
who's been so consistent ever since Conte came in. I thought he had another good game against Brighton on the weekend, and he's one obviously best suited for that left centre-back role, so he continues.
Yeah, so Ben Davies on the left-hand side now. Left wing-back, we're going to keep with Sergio Reguilón.
Yeah, obviously Sessegnon could be an option, but we're going to stick with Reguilón, who is very important on the left-hand side. Funnily enough, I saw a stat, Reguilón has the most crosses into the box this season out of any fullback, which is interesting.
What, successful crosses or just crosses?
Just crosses.
All right, so let's go through that back line with you one more time. So it's Hugo Lloris in goal, Sanchez, Romero and Davis in a back three, Reguilón left wing back, Emerson right wing back, and now let's move on to the midfield, and we're going to stick with Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, one of Conte's most trusted players.
Yeah, and he obviously retains his position in midfield, especially with Skip out. He needs that reliability in the centre, so he has to play.
Yeah, so that's Højbjerg on one side. On the other side, it's a toss-up between Winks and Bentancur, but we're going to go with Harry Winks, aren't we?
Yeah, we're thinking that he'll probably keep his place. I thought he had a decent game against Brighton on the weekend, and Conte said on the two new signings, he says they're working well. I'm pleased with the way they understand our football. They are two good players for sure, but for sure they need a bit of time to get into the team and understand the technical aspects, but I know that I can count on them. So we're thinking that for now they're going to be on the bench, but it won't be too long till they're getting starts.
Yeah, so that's a middle two of Højbjerg and Winks. Right-hand side of the attack, in the right-hand side of number 10 position, we're going to go for Lucas Moura.
Yeah, same with Kulu. We're thinking just a bit too soon so far for him to start. Lucas maybe was the weakest of the attacking three on the weekend, but we know if he turns it on, he's very, very difficult to stop, and he could be very good and invaluable in this game. Although his form has been a bit off lately, so he definitely needs to change that, but we're going to give him another start.
Yeah, especially with a new signing breathing down his neck as well.
Although Bergwijn, you can argue, is a bit unlucky maybe to get into the team.
Bergwijn's extremely unlucky not to get into the team, and potentially it could go with Bergwijn in a front three with the other two players that we're going to mention, but let's get into it and then we can discuss that. But up front is obviously going to be Harry Kane, the man of the moment.
Yeah, arguably the informed player right now in the Premier League, the way he's playing. Unbelievable form, and he loves to go against Southampton as well, so has to start.
And another guy who loves a goal against Southampton will be our left winger, Heung-min Son.
Well, yeah, he scored 4 against St Mary's last year, but didn't score any this season. But hopefully he can change that in the home game. And I thought he looked sharp in his return to the side against Brighton. So hopefully he carries that on. Yeah,
hopefully that bit of a rest would have done him really the world of good, because he was looking a bit leggy before he got that injury. So hopefully that kind of little respite, I know he was recovering from an injury, but can give him the kind of rest that he needs to go on to push on for the second half of the season. So let's rerun that lineup with you one more time. So it's Hugo Lloris in goal, a back three of Sanchez, Romero and Ben Davis. Reguilón on the left, Emerson on the right, Winks and Højbjerg in the middle, Son, Kane and Moura up front. I mean, do you see maybe a potential of Bergwijn to be in there instead of Moura?
Potentially, but we know that he doesn't usually like to play Bergwijn on the right-hand side, and Bergwijn's a lot more comfortable either on the left or down the centre, so that's why we've just stuck with Moura for the time being. But maybe I wouldn't be surprised if the lineup comes down Bergwijn's there, because I do think he deserves more time on the pitch.
I agree.
The way he's been playing, so it'll be good to see him, and especially because Lucas hasn't been playing so well. But maybe just in this game he'll just stick with Moura. We'll see. But yeah, my prediction's 3-0. I think that we should be all right in this game, although Southampton did rest a lot of players on the weekend. And even though we're going unchanged, I think if we can continue with that same intensity and mentality that we had on the weekend going into this game against Southampton, I think if we start the game well, we should be okay.
Yeah, I'm really calling for a fast start. It's a bit similar to Brighton. Let's go at them from minute one. Let's get a goal early and potentially the floodgates can open. But it's always going to be a bit risky if we don't have a fast start. The longer it goes on 0-0, the more anxiety sweeps into the stadium, the more anxiety sweeps into the team, and it could come a bit of a dangerous game. So I think if we do score early, we really can put in a convincing win going into a quite a difficult period in the Premier League with Wolves and Man City coming up next. It's so important to get all 3 points in this game, isn't it?
Vital.
Absolutely. So look, that is our predicted lineup. My predicted scoreline is 2-0. Simeon is going for 3-0. Let me know in the comment section below what your score predictions are and what your predicted lineup is as well. Tomorrow, me and Josh King will be here in the studio while Sim will be in the stadium catching all the atmosphere was inside Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So looking forward to seeing the content coming through. Come and join us for the watch along tomorrow. It promises to be a good one. Thanks everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.